And welcome to In-Game Chat for Saturday, May 12th, 2018. It is Season 12, Episode 18. And I am Scott.
I'm RJ.
And I'm Matt.
We're all here together again. If you'd like to get in touch with us, our phone number is 334-272-9228. 334-272-9228. Go to ingamechat.net for all the links to get in touch with us. You can find us on Twitter at InGameChat. You can find us on Facebook. Same method. You can email us, everyone at ingamechat.net. All the links you need are at ingamechat.net. Just go there. You can see everything. Streaming right now on Twitch, there's a link at ingamechat.net. But you can go to twitch.tv, type in InGameChat in the search bar, and you'll be able to find us there and watch the show live while we broadcast, and also join in the chat room that we've got going on over there and participate in whatever conversations are currently happening. One they're talking about right now is something we are going to bring up on the show, because that was a huge kind of a shock to me.
A little blow to the gut, right?
It really, really was, and you know, it. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. So,
teasing it?
Yeah. Before we get into it, though, let me do this thing here. This stupid thing. I don't think I need to do it anymore. I love that you bought it, and I like it a lot. I just don't think it needs to be done anymore because it all syncs up, it seems. But we'll see. I still like it. Kind of keeps track of everything. Mm-hmm. You know, episode, date, everything on there. So, anyway. There was there's a game that relies heavily on licensing, and they're about to lose all of the licenses, and we'll talk about that. If you're worried about anything that you typically play, don't worry about it. Trust me. It's not something that it's like, oh, it's one of my favorites. It's not. So, yeah, I mean, it is one of my favorites, but I haven't played any of their games in a while. But we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it coming up in a little bit. So, Matt is back, and while you were gone, what did you play?
Battletech.
Battletech. Oh, well, yeah, okay. I guess you would. Yeah. That's not free to play. You got to pay to get in, or what is the deal on that?
You got to buy it.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if it was like free to play,
Nope.
You know, one of those situations.
Nope, it's just a normal game. You
right.
buy it, you can play the campaign, you can play the multiplayer skirmishes.
Yeah, yeah.
How much was it?
I got it on Kickstarter. I backed it when it first came out.
Yeah, it's one of those.
I think it's like $40.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
If you like turn-based, like I said, if you like turn-based turn-based games, strategy games, definitely worth it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fun. Kevin and I have been putting a lot of hours into it.
Has he been streaming any of that?
I think
Or
so.
no? Okay. Good.
Yeah, actually has.
Yeah. I mean, we're hosting him, so I'm sure we've been showing it on our streams as well. Added a bunch of new people that will host as well. The folks over at Colony of Gamers are getting a Twitch group together. So
good.
Put my name in the hat on that one. Anything else?
Battletech.
Battletech. 2 weeks away, Battletech. I'm not giving you any kind of crap for that, because I've gone plenty of time without playing.
I jumped a little
game.
into Far Cry 5 just to get like some of the rewards for the the weekly rewards.
Mm-hmm.
But that was it. Just to jump in, do a couple of things, get the item, and jump out and play more Battletech.
RJ, what about you?
Played a little bit more of the King of Fighters 14. Still getting some more practice in on that. Also played the demo for Dark Souls Remastered. The beta is open. The networks are open.
That's right.
Today,
yeah.
Today and yesterday they were open. So I played a little bit of that. And the graphics really pop off the screen. 60 frames a second, real smooth. Looks real nice. The only thing that I didn't like much was the PvP. It still has that issue. Maybe it was just my online connection. I don't know, but images where the hitbox detection was pretty bad on that one. Like I'm a good 3 or 4 characters away, and I'm still getting hit for some reason. Or I see the opponent do a kick to break my guard, and I'm nowhere near him, and my guard breaks. Mystery backstabs, things of that nature. Mm-hmm. So that's something. It is a little glitchy right now. Yeah, thank you from that aspect. But in terms of the gameplay itself, it looks really nice. And the thing about it is, though, I don't know do I really want to play through Dark Souls all over again? Because I've played 1, 2, 3 Demon Souls, things like that. I mean, unless there's something different there, new in there that I don't know about.
Yeah.
maybe a rental or something, but who knows. Outside of that, played Grand Theft Auto 5 on PS4. Been playing the online aspect of it. They got some special going. They got some special thing going on right now. If you played this week, if you start on Sunday or Monday, but if you just log in, you get like 250,000 in-game currency, and every day after that, they give you 150,000. So if you log on every day of the week, you'd probably get around a little over $1 million at the end. They dish it out about around the 15th, of
nice.
this month. So,
Okay.
yeah. So a little thing to get new players in, things like that.
I haven't touched it since I played it originally.
Yeah.
I still don't own a copy of the game. I think I rented that or something.
I own it on a couple of different platforms.
Yeah, I never. No, I still haven't bought it on PC actually.
I have it on the PC 360 and the PS4.
Not 5 anyway. 4
Yeah.
I did, but not 5.
Yeah. 4 I just got on PS3 and PS4. And other than that, we played Destiny 2. Played the Warmind expansion.
Yeah.
A little bit of that.
We'll get into that. We'll talk about that because I played Warmind as well. I started off with God of War on like Sunday and Monday. Some more of that, and I really want to get back into that, but Destiny and work has taken up most of my time. So Destiny, Warmind on Tuesday, and then just a little bit of Destiny Warmind on Wednesday as well. Thursday I was here for an ungodly amount of time. I didn't get home until 8:30.
Wow.
After being here at
Good.
like
Get that overtime, man.
go there.
I'm sorry.
There's no overtime for that.
Full of jokes up in here.
Oh, there is no overtime for that. No. Yeah, I was here at least until 8 on Thursday. And then yesterday I was here until about 6. So yeah, it's pulled 2 12-hour and 12-hour plus days back to back there. So
We've all done that before.
Yeah, I've been busy and haven't really felt like playing much. I did play one of the games on Xbox. It was one of those free games, and it was a puzzle game, and it was called Numa. PNUMA maybe, or EU, whatever. Looked like a little. It was free. Games with gold, you know? And so I had it, and so I loaded it. Took 4 hours to beat. It was not terribly difficult. The controls are crap. The puzzles are not too terribly hard. And it tries to be very philosophical with you.
Does it work or does it fail? Kind of heavy-handed or fall flat or?
I don't like it. Yeah, I didn't like it.
Is it called Numa Breath of Life?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
okay.
what it is. That's what it is. It's not horrible. It was also free, so I can't completely say that it was horrible because it was also free.
But you wouldn't pay $30 for it.
I wouldn't pay, after playing it, I wouldn't pay $5 for it.
So you got what you paid for.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not the worst thing I've ever played, but I played so much better than what they were offering. At even I know it's free, but at even something that would be $5 worth paying for, is something better than that. So yeah.
So I lied earlier.
Okay.
Or I forgot, I should say. May 4th, they released on Good Old Games Star Wars Episode 1 Racer.
Pod Racer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I loved that game back in the day. I had it on the PC. I never played the N64 version of it. I've always, to this day, I still want one of those arcade cabinets where you sit in.
Have you looked into the prices of those?
Yeah, that's why I don't have it.
Okay, cool.
That no place to put it.
Yeah, that's the only one I've ever played.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Expert Course.
So much fun.
Yeah.
I love that game. So they released it on May 4th, and I'm as soon as I heard about it, I went home and I bought it and loaded it up, and I was super excited. Got my joystick plugged in, and it crashed.
Yeah, probably.
Bad. Every time I went to load it, without even loading, it just crashes. And I'm looking in the forums, and a lot of people are having this issue. And they're like, well, you gotta take out any kind of video overlay that you have from the GeForce experience or anything like that. So I disabled all that stuff. I tried it again.
That's what I thought Good Old Games was supposed to let you do, you know?
Yeah.
Here, play the game without having to do all this stuff to your system in order to play it. It
Normally,
should just be,
this is out of all the GOG games I've gotten, this is the first time I've ever had any issue with any of them. So, all right, did all that stuff and just kept on crashing. And finally, I'm like, whatever. I put in a trouble ticket with it and back and forth with the people at Good Old Games, and they're like, hey, we'll try this, and I tried it. Nothing was working. Like, well, do you want a refund? And I'm like, no, man, I really don't, because, like, number one, I want the game to work because I love the game. Number two, I like you guys. You know, I've had a really good experience with GOG in the past. You know, I like supporting y'all, so no biggie. I could try it on another computer later on. But they did another patch yesterday, and I downloaded it, and I tried it, and it worked.
Oh, okay, great.
Oh, my goodness,
Nice.
it worked. So I'm like, because at first...
Should have taken that refund, and then you would have kept... Wait, would you have kept the game? You wouldn't have kept the game. They would have taken the license away, wouldn't they?
Probably.
Yeah, okay, never mind.
But so one of the issues was if your video resolution is different than what the game resolution is, it crashes. So I had to set it to my video, my TV resolution. So it loads up, and I'm like doing all the mapping for the the joystick and stuff like that, and I start playing it, and oh man, it was so much fun again. I was doing the first part of the Bunta E, the Tatooine course, and just zipping around. And so I'm glad that it's working. So I played a couple races in that, and just for nostalgia's sake.
Okay. Like I said, I played a little bit of Burnout Paradise. I did one event. I knocked off I found again.
That's another game I need to get.
Yeah, Burnout Paradise, remastered, I should say. But you, by driving around the map, you discover the events.
Yeah.
And so, just on a whim, I fired it up one night last week. And I did one single event. I can't remember what it was that I did. I want to say it was a Road Rage. And happened to find the last of the race events. So I got the last race event found on the main island. So there's that. And then I've done all the races with the exception of that one last one. Now I got to do all the Road Rage, all the Marked Man, and then I got all the time trials, which I've yet to do. So
see, now that EA is sort of does the Star Wars licensing, that'd be awesome if for Burnout if they would put a pod racer in it.
They're not doing anything with Burnout.
I know, but if they did.
Although Burnout Revenge became backward compatible this past week.
So, they're still... And with the release of the Burnout Paradise City, the
remastered version?
They're thinking about it at least.
Yeah. Well, I find this weird sometimes. My backwards compatibility on my Xbox One is real kind of flaky. Sometimes it notices that I own games apparently digitally when I never actually bought them digitally. So
is it something that you rented from GameFly and played and attached it to your...
Obviously not a Burnout game. I would buy that.
True.
I bought myself some Burnout games. But I never bought them digitally. I bought the games I had.
Yeah, physical copies.
Yeah. So and so there's that, and there's a couple of others that sit in my games ready to install that I'm like, I own a physical copy of that game, but I don't own it digitally. Why is it up there? And so Burnout Revenge was one of those from the 360 days, and I scrolled over to it and I clicked it, and it said, yeah, you want to install it? And so I installed it. I haven't actually pulled it up to play it yet. I'm kind of curious. Maybe I can't. Maybe it's please insert your disc. Maybe it notices that I have saves from it. I don't know. I haven't started it up. I just started the download today. And not that it's a long download or anything. I just never went back to it. So I'm very curious about it. And a couple of other games have been that way, where it's oh, hey, you own this game or did own this game. So I'm really curious as to what's that. All right, that is not charging my computer for some reason.
Was it something tied to your account, maybe?
That's what I was thinking.
Like I said, I haven't fired up the game, so when I fire it up, it may say, please insert your disc.
That'd be a good hint.
Yeah, exactly. But
if it just loads up perfectly, then maybe a save file on your system that it recognizes, on the cloud.
Sometimes I take my console to terms, things like that, other games on there, and just slams info from that game on there, and it's on there permanently. It's not going to go anywhere. Or something like the library, like on PS4, if you can just put it in your library, and it'll just sit there until you decide to download it.
I'm wondering, are there any games that you don't have physical copies of? You know,
It's letting me play.
yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like if it's like something that like, oh, I've never owned this game, or I've only rented this game. And,
Yeah,
Or
I'd
something
have to
that, or
check.
something
I'm
that
not
was
sure.
free and they just said put it in your library.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to check. I'm really not sure. Unless Burnout Revenge was tagged as a Games with Gold thing, and I downloaded it a long time ago.
Or it came free with something you bought.
Possibly. I honestly do not know. So, something to check and something to see, but and something I'll try out as well. So, we will see about that. It was on sale for like $9, and I was tempted to buy it. And then I looked in my list of games. It's like, here it is. It's like, So, even though I already own it physically, I was looking to buy it digitally. Just, support is always good. I like to show them that, hey, I like this Burnout thing. You guys should do more of it.
Yeah.
So, there we go. 42. Yeah, we got a little time. Let's go ahead and go to the phones, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about. We'll go into some Destiny talk here about that, and hit the
That'll make Lethal happy.
hit the news as well. Well, I could have just said what Lethal said, which was like,
No new
no new
games?
games this week. That's our show. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
That's just not how it works around here, though. Hey, 42.
Hello, how are you?
I am good. How are you, man?
I am very good.
Fantastic. What are you doing today?
Right now I'm mailing hay, but I am very hyped for a game that's coming out.
Which one?
Which game is it?
Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
Okay.
Oh, Black. Okay,
Yeah,
Black Ops
Blops
4.
4.
Yeah. Blops 4. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been watching videos on YouTube about, conspiracies about it being Black Ops 4 for months. And when I finally logged into 3, and it said that, I about had a heart attack.
When does that release? October. It's October this year, isn't it?
It's October 12th.
Yeah,
And,
really early
well-
release for them.
Yeah.
yes, it is.
I mean, I
And the
say
global-
early, but
and
yeah.
the global reveal is May 17th. I imagine you can watch it on Twitch.
Oh, okay. I knew they had the announcement, but they haven't done the global reveal. That is what's
Yeah,
May 17th.
like-
Is what?
Noah J, you may know him. He's a real popular streamer.
Later on this week.
It's Thursday.
He's already left, so he won't be streaming for a while. Like a bunch of people are going there. It's like I think it's in California. I think is where the reveal is.
Most likely something like that. But
Yeah, somewhere like that. Oh, I'm also excited for. I hope they do a Modern Warfare 2 remastered. I'm excited for that.
They might. I don't know. I haven't
know.
heard a rumor of anything like that. I know they did the Modern Warfare remastered. I don't know that they'll do it too.
I don't know either. I've been hearing conspiracies about that on YouTube, but Modern Warfare 2 was such a good game. I want them to remaster it, but I'm not sure if they will. It was just such a great Call of Duty game.
Yeah, part of me feels like they won't. Part of me feels like that was a one-time thing for Modern Warfare, just because Modern Warfare was such a
departure from what they were
It was
before.
a massive change of what they had done. The multiplayer was outstanding, at least then when I played it.
Because up until that time is World War II setting.
Yeah, it was always in the past, and then boom, Modern Warfare really ushered in the
modern age
of
shooters.
Yeah, exactly, multiplayer shooters.
Yeah. It was a golden standard at that time. Nothing could beat it.
Yeah. Well, 42, we're glad you're excited about that. You should call us next week, because if the reveal is on Thursday, we'll be here to talk about it on Saturday.
Okay, thanks.
All right, man, take care.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye. So that's on Thursday. I looked at the E3 schedule. Mm-hmm. So, we've got just like it was last time, or last year at least, we've got EA in the middle of the day on Saturday at like 1 o'clock. Then we've got Microsoft at 3 in the afternoon on Sunday, Bethesda at 8:30 that night, Sunday night, which sucks for a guy who has to get up at 4:30 in the morning on Monday.
Yeah.
Then Monday sees Ubisoft, Square Enix, the PC Gamer Show thing, whatever that is. That's on Monday too, or whenever that is. I don't know exactly which one or what time that one is. And Sony that night at 8 o'clock. So,
I'm looking.
and then Nintendo on Tuesday at 11 a.m.
I'm looking forward to Capcom. I got my fingers crossed about a Resident Evil 2 remake announcement.
Where would that come? Do you think? I mean, would that come out of E3 or would that just be coming out of the blue?
Video I was watching this morning about it was talking about either E3 or Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah, and if it comes from E3, who's it going to come from? Microsoft or Sony?
But I don't know. Maybe Sony, because they have a longer history with
Well,
them.
Sony has given a rundown of what they're going to be doing for E3, and we'll get into that and more. But we're going to take a break right now, and then when we come back, we will have more of in-game chat. We are running a theme this week for all these songs are connected in some way. All these games and tracks or whatever, they're all connected. There's some common thread throughout all of them, and then at the end of the show, I reveal what it was.
Your moon logic for determining the common thread and connection is, baffling at times.
I know, right? Sometimes I pick the stupidest things.
I mean, like the most random, the developers, when they were making this, were eating Thai food at the
Right,
time.
exactly.
Like, how would anyone know this? It's challenging.
Well, no, I did one. Oh God, I did one where all the games were movies.
Yeah.
Based, all the games had movies come out after or about them.
Yeah, you
the
would think we
titles-
would get that one, but
All
we
the
didn't.
titles had Star or Wars in the title.
That was last week.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
really?
there was
Yeah.
one that had all the bosses in these games are
A
female.
female.
That was that one. Can't think of any others off the top of my head though.
Yeah.
But yeah,
There was one that was the week before that was all Xbox Live Arcade games.
okay.
And then there was when God of War came out, they were all Norse themed games.
Did we get that one?
We didn't get any of them.
Oh, okay.
Well, he got the EA big one.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
you did.
EA Sports, yeah.
Yeah, remember when I did? They were all EA big titles. And you're
Okay.
like, oh, I think I know what this is. So he got it. So anyway, we will. We'll come back after this. I'm going to leave you here with music from Transformers Devastation, which is actually a really good Transformers game, by the way.
And I've never finished
Yeah,
it.
wasn't that the Platinum?
Yeah,
Yeah, Platinum Games.
I got to the part where it's like, hey, you could now upgrade your character and add a bunch of abilities, and I was like, too many choices. I'm going to stop playing.
I think I got to Devastator.
It's like let me go look up what I need to do with my character and get what I always get thrown into that. I hate that. I hate it. I like it because it's great to like build up your character, but I hate it
There's so many characters you want to build up.
because I don't know which way to go. Especially when you start out and stuff. So anyway, we'll be back with more of in-game chat right after this. And welcome back to In-Game Chat. I'm Scott, along with RJ and Matt. And my laptop is just about to die because it's not getting any power from the thing. I'm going to have to buy a new brick. That's just going to have to be the... I'll buy it and check it out and see if it works, you know?
Yeah, like I said, check everything, man, because $60, really?
Yeah, they're expensive.
Around there, yeah.
What would you say, because of magnets?
I mean, it has magnets in it.
No, it's because it's
It's
Apple.
$60 because it's Apple.
Yeah, that's exactly why it is what it is.
Yeah.
So, that was music from X-Men Origins Wolverine. So, good luck.
All have cartoons based upon them.
X-Men Origins Wolverine doesn't have a cartoon.
But
based on it.
X-Men,
X-Men does, yes. But X-Men Origins Wolverine doesn't.
There's a whole bunch of similarities between Transformers and X-Men right now. We just need a little more.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I'm trying.
I know. No, you're
know,
good.
I know.
You're
All
good.
games I didn't play, but no, I played.
Right, right. That's really how it should go, right? These are all games I've never played.
All games that aren't Mega Man.
Or if you're Lethal Migraine, all games that suck. Which, you know, that could be every
all
single...
games in our
that could be every
backlog.
single week.
Yep, they're all games in our backlog. That's a huge number for all of us.
I'm going to close this down and just use my phone.
All right.
Because that's apparently the only way I can do this. Now, let me find... Here it is. I'm going to have to reopen this up. Not that I really need to go into too much or look at this too much, because I know
We can
some of the some
talk
of the
about
stuff.
what we teased earlier.
Right. When we talk about Destiny 2 Warmind, get that out of the way.
Oh.
One thing that I won't see is the chat in the room, so you guys will have to keep up and see if somebody asks questions or something.
They're joking on about what Skyrim's going to be released on. You know, how it keeps on getting re-released.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Someone said Apple 2E and 2GS. And I'm like, that's my very first computers was a 2E and a 2GS back in the day. I remember my dad paid over $1,000 for 1 megabyte of RAM.
There we go. I can just do this because it's the only thing I can do to see if it works. So, where was I going? Destiny 2, right? Is that what I was talking about? Warmind?
Yeah.
Any good?
You know,
Worth it? I mean, is it something I should reinstall Destiny 2 for?
what's the price of the DLC?
I don't even know.
The one piece of DLC, not the...
Not the season
I'm
pass.
guessing.
yeah,
30.
not the season pass.
Probably about $20 would be my guess.
See if you can find out what that is. I would, but my computer doesn't work anymore. Poor old fella. Just couldn't take it. This is an old laptop, too, by the way. You know what? I'm going to pop that back open and shut it down, actually. See what I
That's
got.
amazing.
Did you find anything yet? No?
Not yet.
That's fine.
So I know one of the big things about the Trials of Osiris is that little like laser gun that it gave you.
The laser gun.
Yeah, you remember the beam weapon that like was super bricked? And
Prometheus lens.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. The Prometheus lens, yeah.
Well,
You
no,
enjoyed that, didn't you?
I did. Wasn't that the only the only new exotic weapon from that DLC?
I want to say there was more than that.
Oh, I mean minus the the things that you had to keep on buying. I mean not buying, but like you go to the guy that's in the
I know what you're
pyramid.
talking about,
Yeah,
yeah.
those things.
$20.
Okay, it was $20.
Yeah, no, there was, but if you collected all those weapons, you got the Osiris shell.
Okay.
You know, the one that they.
Oh, the bootleg weapons from.
Yeah,
Oh, dude.
Yeah. From.
I call them bootleg, but they looked it anyway. It was a homemade hodgepodge of different components just thrown together, but they worked.
I was reading online that said that the Graviton Lance is finally fixed.
Oh no, they did a massive update to all the exotics.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah. by the
Graviton
way,
Lance wasn't broke.
It just
Graviton Lance
wasn't
is fine.
fun.
The Graviton Lance is fine. I had fun with it. I love what they did with the hard light.
Yeah,
I love what they did with the hard light.
Hard light.
They have-
The hard light is the one where you have all polarities one weapon.
Oh, yeah.
But the problem is you had to go to the
Menu
screen to
system,
switch the polarities. Now they treated it like they did the I don't know the name of it, but it was a sniper rifle that had the same elements to it.
Yeah, you can flip it on the fly.
Yeah, all you had to do was just hold reload, and it would switch the elements for you. So instead of having to go back and forth, you just on the fly hold the reload button and go right to whatever polarity you want it to.
Well, that sounds interesting.
It's much more convenient. I mean, I've got that weapon for all of my alt characters because if I ever need an element at any given time, I got it right there in that auto rifle.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Just debating if I want to reinstall it. I feel like I've just kind of moved on past Destiny 2, and I don't know. I mean, would this be enough to get me back into it?
I don't know if it would or not. There is
one of the problems with Osiris is that when you're doing the weekly missions and stuff like that, that they went back on the word how they said that we're not going to pull any of these from the DLC, and then they did.
What are you talking about?
Remember, like the weekly missions and stuff like that that you would do.
The weekly missions?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Terrible with names.
They don't have weekly missions anymore, though.
They don't.
They don't have a weekly heroic mission.
Oh.
Or a day. I'm sorry, it was a daily heroic mission.
Yeah.
They don't have those.
But like because I remember we were complaining about that. How like originally they said that they weren't going to do maps that were from the DLC.
If you don't have the DLC, you're not going to have access to everything that's available when it comes to the missions for the week or whatever. Something like that.
So I'm just wondering if it's worth spending $20 on.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be up to you. It's a very short campaign. Mm-hmm. It is an extremely short camp. Did you finish it?
No, I didn't. I just got like 2 story elements and then one of those spur of the moment missions that popped up because I was taking out
a public event in the area.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I shot an enemy who just happened to be in a public event, and all of a sudden you're pulled in.
Yeah.
No,
they brought it's a very short campaign consisting of 2 to 3. No, just 2 missions that are strictly like walk to a place on the map and start the mission type situation.
Yeah.
The other 2 that kind of close out the story are the 2 new strikes. So they've incorporated the 2 strikes into the mission, just like they did with Osiris. They put in the 2 strikes at the end or they put 2 strikes in the mission in the story campaign.
Yeah, the only thing I've done was the first mission where I'm on Mars, and then the second mission where I had to go to the EDZ to do that one.
Once you're done with that one, it'll send you back to Mars, where you will do 2 strikes.
Yeah, but you have to be level 28 to do so. So yeah, they upped the level to level 30, I think.
Yeah,
is the max. So yeah, I did those 2 missions and that public event.
30's max. What's the max light? 375?
I don't know if it'd be that high. Probably 350.
Well, 350 is for the heroic 60? Strikes, which means you've got to go higher than that because you can.
I'll take your word for it. It's 375 then, I guess.
Because you can add mods to your stuff and be 355.
Okay.
So when it maxes out at, the heroics 350 is what they want you to be, but I think it can go up higher than that. Boy, I really think these things don't work.
Didn't they mention something? Wait a minute. Didn't they mention something in the first Mother was out there, something like 370? Something. I think you can max out to 370. Your weapons can be maxed out to 370.
370, but of course with mods that puts you at 375.
Okay, so yeah. Maybe it is 3. Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking. It's 375 for your light. Anyway, so the campaign's very short. They've added public events. They've added the Warsat public event. Is that the one you did, or did you do a different one?
It was the one with a bunch of thralls coming at us, so we had to break some crystals and make it heroic. It's just outside the area where Anastasia is sitting at her terminal.
There's 2 that involve thralls, which is why I'm bringing that up.
Okay.
So the war, they brought the Warsat back. You remember the Warsat public event where we had to protect it, that sort of thing? So now we can make that heroic. Mm-hmm. And in order to do that, at a certain time during the public event, I think 2 witches show up, and there's 3 shriekers that surround the Warsat. You remember the shriekers, those things that open up and they shoot whatever? Yeah.
Annoying.
So there's 3, yes, they are. 3 shriekers that surround the Warsat. They're protected. They're immune. They don't fire on you, but they're immune. Mm-hmm. So at one point in the phase, the witches come out. You kill them, and it opens up one shrieker. You get rid of them, and then another couple of orange. I think it's another couple of shriekers come out afterwards. You kill them, the second shrieker opens up, and then so on and so forth. If you can do that before the Warsat, finishes or the time's up, it'll turn heroic.
Okay.
So there's that one. They've also put. You remember the one that, and the only time you can do this public event is over on Titan.
Okay.
It's the one that involves the platforms that you have to stand on in order to
Witch's Ritual?
take the shielding off the witches.
Yeah, Witch's Ritual.
Right, yeah. So you take the shielding off and then you shoot the rocks up at the top. That makes it heroic.
Right.
Well, now it's outside. It's not inside. It's outside.
Okay, then that's the one I did then.
Yeah.
Those were crystals we were breaking up.
Well, there's another public event that has come into play that has crystals that you can break up as well.
It was like 3 or 4 in a semi.
Yeah.
Well,
Is that the one you did?
Is that the one? That's the one then.
That is the new mode called Escalation Protocol.
Okay.
Once you finish the game, you can then activate these panels on the ground outside on Mars. They're all over the place. Once you finish the campaign, you can go and activate those. This is akin to... Matt, did you play any of Rise of Iron?
Yes.
Okay. But we all played...
On Destiny 1.
Yeah. But we all played the year 2 of Destiny 1, right?
Yeah.
Remember, what was the name of that room called where if we had the tokens, we could activate it and we had to go kill the stuff? The throne. It was on the throne room. It was some other... What was the room? What was that?
Oh, yeah. That was in the Dreadnought.
Yeah, it was in the Dreadnought, and I can't remember what it was. Remember that, where you had the tokens, you'd feed it into the thing, and it would
And
activate?
depending on what power of the token, you get more of a challenge.
And you had a certain amount of time you had to kill the enemies. It was a public event, and people just hung out there and just kept doing it
just
over
kept
and over and over.
Yeah, farming it. I know exactly what you're talking about.
All right. It's the Escalation Protocol is a lot like that.
Okay.
But it's out in the open. You fire it up, and this big spire comes out of the ground, and a wave of hive come out. Mostly starts with thralls, and then they get a little bit tougher.
Okay, yeah. That was one I did. That was the one was out on accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the accidental one.
It's very, very tough. You
It is.
really need to be higher level to do it.
Yeah.
But if you got enough people, it's helpful. A wave of hive come out. Once you get done with those, the second phase starts, and that's the phase you were in, which was the ritual phase.
Okay.
You have to go and stand in the spawn location where the enemies are spawning to turn off the spawn. Once you turn that off, you then break the 3 crystals. Once you break the 3 crystals, a boss shows up. Once you take him out, then that phase is over with, and it moves on to the next phase of clearing out stronger hive. Once you clear out the stronger hive, a big ogre shows up, and then you have to take him down. If you manage to take him down, that's round 1. Then you go to the next spire that pops up, and you do it all over again, and they're tougher.
A long distance away.
No, not very far.
The spire's not too far away.
Yeah, the spire's not very far away, and you can notice them because they have a light that shoots straight up into the sky. So you can just look around, find where that is, and then get over there. And so then that starts over again. Me and James were able to get past the first one. We haven't been able to get past the second one, even with a lot of people, because none of us are higher level yet to be able to take that out.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many rounds it goes before you get your rewards, but yeah. So there's more, huh?
Is it 4? Because
maybe
those little green diamonds at the bottom of the bottom of your heads up.
Well, no, those are per round.
Per round. Okay.
Yeah. So when you're working on round 1, the first phase is the hive, the second phase is the ritual, the third phase is more hive, and the fourth phase is the boss.
The phase is not rounds. Okay.
Yeah. Once you're done with that, that's round 1 complete. You go to round 2.
Oh, also the chat room, Mashadar said 380 or 385 with mods, it seems.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Wow. That's up there. Yeah, so...
Did the original Destiny go to 400?
No.
No?
The original Destiny went to... God, I'm in my head I'm saying 315, but I think I'm wrong. I don't know. You'd have to look that up.
Episode for later.
Yeah. But so anyway, those are some of the new public things that they brought into it. There's also things that are similar to the calcified fragments.
The data collection thing.
Yeah.
0. I got 0 out of 45. That thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Have you seen little targets just hiding out in plain view sometimes? They're these little bitty things. They're different colors. Some are orange, some are blue, some are purple, some are white.
Haven't noticed.
Okay. Well, they match the element of a gun, and you have to shoot them with the element that it corresponds to.
Oh, so good reason to have a hard light if that's the case. So
That's very true. Once you can do that, you take those out, and that's 1 and 2, and there's 45 of them
45
scattered
of them,
around
yeah.
the place. Not only that, there are these. Have you seen the floaty diamond-shaped things?
This is just on Mars, right?
Yes.
Okay, I've only no.
Okay. You'll run into them. They're off in corners and other places. They're these floaty diamond whatever. There's about 40 of those as well, and you got to have some kind of encryption key to open them. And I don't yet know how you get encryption keys. I think they just come from playing the game.
Probably some public event or something.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of stuff to chase once the game's over with. Plus, they brought back the sleeper simulant.
Oh, really?
Yes, but it's quite a long trip to get it.
Wasn't it originally a long trip to get it?
I can't remember. There were a lot of things you had to do to get it, but I can't remember what it was. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff you got to do. You have to finish the campaign, and then you have to, that little. Remember whenever we finished the campaign and all the people on the planets had these other little epilogue campaigns to run that usually would drop off an exotic?
Yes.
Yeah, so same thing with Mars. Once you finish the campaign, she's got a little epilogue mission for you to run, and that starts up the progress of getting to the sleeper simulant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the exotic?
That you get from doing that mission? No.
Oh.
It starts the process, but that is not. You'll finish that long before you get your sleeper simulant.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's a lot you got to do. Number one, you got to collect like 40 or so, or 40, maybe all 45 of those.
Yeah, it's 45 total.
Of those things, yeah.
Those things available on screen. Because it tells you on the screen right there, how many you got. I got 0 out of 45.
Remember calcified fragments on the bottom? There would be a counter of how many you've gotten on the map.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing with these. So
But-
there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot to chase, which is nice because we didn't have that in Osiris. We had the ghost shell basically at the end of the.
You were collecting weapons in the ghost shell.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
So there's some stuff to chase on this one, but me and James played through that, and we were kind of okay with it. I don't know that he's been back on. I jumped back in and finished my Crucible milestone. I just was working on milestone stuff, trying to raise my light level. I haven't been back into it, and I also haven't missed it either. So since I haven't played it,
The best I'm getting out of it really is leveling up my weapons and gear. I was finally able to find a piece of chest armor that would upgrade my Titan after all this time. Finally.
I know, right? It was nice to be collecting blues that could actually do some stuff again. They were higher.
Yeah, unfortunately, don't jump the gun and update it before you were at the right
Before
level.
you hit the right level?
Yeah. Because, suddenly going from 335 to like 286 because you didn't put because you jumped the gun and updated too soon. Yeah, that was a struggle for a little bit.
Yep. So I don't know. Is it worth the $20? It just depends on if you're going to get back into it and play. I mean, I don't know. For me, it is just because I like doing that sort of thing, and it'll be there. And when I want to play it, it's right there, and I have stuff to do now.
Yeah.
It's not like before where I finished the DLC and all I was doing afterwards was just trying to max out my light on both characters.
Same. Yeah.
And
3 in my case.
Yeah, just going through the motions.
Yeah.
So.
And then you got stagnant. Because I still feel the same way, man. I still can't get up to do Crucible stuff, man. I didn't get the game for PvP. I mean, I got
now they track your Crucible. Did you see? Did you?
I saw a bunch
did
of.
you
I
check
saw a bunch of Crucible tracking stuff.
Yeah. You make progress when you play PvP now. There's a meter that there is no penalty to loss, but if you win, it moves up. If you lose, it moves up a little bit as well. Of course, if you win, it moves up further.
Yeah.
But there is no, if you lose, it doesn't go back down.
Right.
So, there's a progression
or is that
there.
up to a degree? Or is that up to a degree?
It does have a cap. I can't remember what it is.
I mean, some games I noticed where they give you XP or whatever if you win. Don't take anything away if you lose. If you reach a certain tier, you still get points if you win, but if you lose, you start losing.
No,
points.
I don't think there's.
Like that in there, right?
As far as I know, no.
Okay.
Because when you hover over it, it gives you a description of what it does and blatantly tells you there is no penalty to loss. So I don't see where that would change. Maybe in the other. See, this was on the quick play. Maybe on the competitive.
Possibly higher level of play in there, right?
Right. Yeah.
Competitive part. Yeah. So
maybe there. I'm not sure. I haven't tried that. So anyway, that's basically Destiny 2 Warmind DLC. The story's crap. I will say the strike is the two strikes are interesting. The final boss. Oh man, me and James were playing this, and when they slowly reveal the final boss at the end of the first strike, and it's moving through this cave that you're in. I was like, oh, it's a giant worm. Okay. Well, when you finally get to see the final boss, it's Tremors. That's all it is.
Okay.
It's a big graboid.
Which was basically a sandworm from Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gigantic, and when you killed it, like when you kill it, it falls down on the map where you're at. You're like on this platform, and so it has. You're on an isolated platform, so it can come from all sides. And so it'll go down and pop up on another side, and you shoot whatever. When you kill it, of course, it falls head first there. Man, it is nothing but it's one of those things from Tremors. Yeah. It totally is.
Did it scream like it too?
It does scream. It spits fire. It dash attacks you, I guess, at some point, and
Underground.
No. From up above, it'll
above ground.
do
Okay.
it. Yeah, and you get the Valkyrie weapon. That's throughout the game. You get the Valkyrie weapon. You haven't gotten to that part yet, I don't think.
Did
you? The spear?
Spear thing? Yeah.
Yeah. The
One that has
Valkyrie
a
weapon,
timer.
which is that's nice.
Do you get to keep it?
No, but they give it to you very frequently.
Yeah.
In
Basically,
the
throwing a bomb.
Yeah, in the Warsat public event, you get Valkyries.
And then there's places on the map when I was running around in Mars where it said complete the campaign first, but it's just a Valkyrie station that you set up. You get one of those things.
Complete the campaign first. That's
Complete
the
the campaign first,
that's
yeah.
the escalation protocol.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
the public event
Okay.
thing. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff to it. People found a lot of hidden secrets. Like I said, they discovered the sleeper simulant. They discovered some coding in the game that they did a lot of deciphering on the Raid Secrets Reddit subreddit.
Yeah.
Raid Secrets, which led to a latitude longitude code. It was somewhere up in New York. Somebody went out there and found it, and there was a note waiting for somebody, whoever found it. There was some kind of medallion, a bunch of medallions actually, where it said, "Hey, if you're with a group, everybody can grab one, but please don't, please leave this for others who solve the mystery and come by and do it." But for the first person who found it, they got a Valkyrie spear. Where only 3 exist. The one that they found, one at Vicarious Visions that did the DLC and also did the PC build of Destiny 2, and then one that sits over at Bungie. So, nice little collector's item. So, I think there's still secrets to be found. I think there's some good stuff there, but that's got to be on you, man, to decide if you want to come back to it. I don't know. I don't know if you want to or not.
All right.
So,
Yeah, but I mean, in the end, it's just a little bit more story and a little more extra things to pick up. The grind continues.
yeah, and with you already having the Osiris, you will have plenty of stuff to work on to do, because you've still got Osiris. So you've got all the multiplayer maps from that. You've got all the heroic strikes or whatever from that, and then you've also got whatever they've added here, or whatever comes in. So that's up to you.
My problem is once everyone stopped dropping off, I just
Well, I'm going to be there playing.
Didn't like playing it by myself.
I know. I'm going to be there playing. James will probably be in there every now and again. I don't know if he's going to come back to it or not. But, I mean, we played through that campaign. I still have another character who needs to go through the campaign. So if you do happen to come back on PC, let me know. We'll run it. And yeah, so there you go. We need to go to a break. That's all the Destiny talk. I have no idea. I bet Lethal Migraine's probably doing nothing but
No, he's cool with it.
raking me over the coals. I can't see the chat room, so I apologize. My laptop is crapped out on me. It's just not going to work. I really hope it's the charge brick, because I'm going to go get another one of those when I leave here. And
$60.
no, I'm going to get a knockoff just to see because if I get a knockoff and it works, then that means good. It was this thing. But if I get a knockoff and it doesn't work, then that means it's in here.
The best thing is, I would think, is to see if you know someone else that has one of these and try theirs for free.
You know what? I do. I don't know if he could come up here right now, but I do know somebody
Just
who
saying.
could.
Because with that not getting lit, the charger's not lighting up. I would think that it's the charger.
Yeah. Maybe I'll give him a text during the show and find out. Anyway, let's go to a break. When we come back, we'll talk over that licensing thing.
Yes.
Also, Walmart revealed perhaps revealed the entire list of E3 surprises that we were going to get, and some that we may not even get, and they were just put up there to, just in case or maybe type stuff. We also got the details for Nintendo's online service for the Switch. We got that. And Steam Summer Sale got leaked as far as the date, which, whatever. I have no interest in... the only sale I look forward to is like the holiday sale. And even then, I'm like, oh, I think I'm good, man. I'm just waiting for price errors. That's all I look forward to now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, we'll be right back with more of In-Game Chat after this. This is music from Prototype 2. The track is called Resurrection.
Prototype 2?
Yeah. You remember Prototype?
No.
You remember the Prototype game?
Yeah, that was the weird sort of knockoff of Infamous.
Kinda. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Dude with the alien, dude with the alien life form, and absorbing people and things like that. Yeah.
Kind of Infamous, and then what was the other one that had that same kind of concept? The Darkness, I think.
The Darkness.
Yeah, where the alien
based on
life
the comic
form
book.
was in him. Yeah, and he had,
Tentacle.
Based on the comic book. Yeah.
Yep.
The only
So-
thing I remember from the Darkness is watching It's a Wonderful Life.
Was that the Darkness or the Darkness 2?
That was the first one.
It was the first one. Yeah. I watched the whole thing on
Me
that little
too.
tiny
Hoping
TV,
for a...
and there was no achievement.
But you still got to watch a good movie.
But you watched the entire movie, so we'll be right back with more of In-Game Chat after this. And welcome back to In-Game Chat. Music here from Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. One I never played, but I really wanted to. I kind of liked I liked a lot of the Spider-Man games, actually.
Is that the one with the multiple timelines, things like that?
The one, where you play as Spider-Man Noir, regular modern-day Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2099, all of those. Yeah, that's the one.
All right, Prototype really throws the wrench into this one for me.
Why?
Well, because before I could say it's stuff that's based on, that have comic lines. Spider-Man, Transformers, and
True.
Marvel Comics.
Could have gone the
X-Men.
comic. Yeah, could have
Marvel
gone the
Comics.
but
comic
then
route.
Prototype just, then I was thinking like, well, what do Prototype and Spider-Man have in common? Venom, in a way, right? That alien symbiote that, but then how does that go into X-Men and Transformers? So
Aliens.
But X-Men,
But X-Men's not yeah.
not
Yeah, X-Men
Especially this game in particular. It's about Wolverines, not aliens. So yeah.
And I don't think Shattered Dimensions may have had aliens in it. I don't know.
If it's Venom is involved, yeah, aliens. In there.
Well, I don't know that Venom was involved in Shattered Dimensions. The whole situation was, oh God, I don't know how well you're aware. How much do you know about the Spider-Verse?
Enough, I guess.
Yeah, because there is it's that old lady.
Madam Web.
Yes. There you go. Okay.
Aunt
You're
May?
helping me. Not Aunt May. That one. Madam Web, I guess. And her and Mysterio are doing something. So, yeah. That was your main villain. Although it had a bunch of different villains in it. It had Kraven, the hunter, is in there as one of the villains as well. So, as you can see on Twitch, I'm using my phone now because my computer is decided not to work anymore. And battery is dying. So I wanted to go to... Let's go to the Walmart thing.
Yeah.
We were talking about that downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And Walmart apparently... And I don't know if they took this down or not. I put the picture up in our G chat.
I saw that.
Yeah. It was Walmart Canada. Put a bunch of retail listings online. And they could have outed a couple of E3 surprises.
Rage 2?
Well, there's Rage 2. Bethesda is doing something, but we don't know if it's Rage 2. They also put things like a new Assassin's Creed. That's a given. We know we're going to get that, and it's coming out, I believe, not this...
I think next year.
Yeah.
Early next year?
Yeah, early next year is when we're going to get it, sometime in the spring of next year.
Okay.
But I could understand us getting something... Beyond Good and Evil 2, we knew that was coming. So that's Final Fantasy VII Remake, Last of Us 2. These are all things we knew. Dragon's Quest 2 was also there, but they are probably thinking that's a placeholder for Dragon's Quest Builders 2. Lego DC Villains. Insurgency, Sandstorm. Borderlands 3. Dreams, which has already been announced. That's the... It's the PS4 game that did the same people that did...
Like Journey?
No.
Oh.
The Media Molecule people that did...
Little Big Planet?
Little Big Planet.
Little Big,
Yeah. Yeah.
That game?
Super Smash Brothers is up there. We knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Then we got Splinter Cell.
Ooh.
Right? Yeah. That got my attention. Gears of War 5. Not out of the question to get revealed at E3.
They made 4 already. Why not?
Yeah. Just Cause 4.
They made 3 already.
We're about due for another one if that's the case. The Division 2. We already knew that was revealed. Last of Us 2. We knew that one. What was the other one in here? Already did Splinter Cell. Destiny Comet.
I have no idea.
No clue what that is. But it's called Destiny Comet. And then the other one was... Oh, wait. Other listed titles like Borderlands 3 and Destiny Comet, a frequently used code name for major expansions for Destiny games. So, whatever that's going to be.
I wouldn't mind another Borderlands game.
He talked about, I watched...
I might, but after...
You're on the fence?
After what I went through with Borderlands 2, the sequel...
The pre-sequel?
It's like pre-sequel. I was like, nah. Didn't really feel that one.
Maybe if it's more, fleshed out game than just like a pre-sequel, because it was short and it was kind of like they've had a couple years since then, so maybe
I guess none of the characters were interesting enough to me.
Yeah.
Really, I think that's what it was. I mean, I couldn't get into it for them. I mean, they couldn't really. I mean, that Athena, that sheriff from Nottingham, things like that. I'm like, couldn't really get into them.
I want that Splinter Cell, man. I've been yelling about that for years. Every time an E3 comes around and Ubisoft doesn't do anything, I'm like, "Where's my Splinter Cell?" Oh, here's Division 2. Guess I'm not getting a Splinter Cell this year. Here's
Maybe you are.
Here's Watch Dogs 2. Guess I'm not getting a Splinter Cell this year. Really tired of doing that, so I'd like to get me a new Splinter Cell to come in. So we'll see how that pans out. Obviously, from E3. There was also something that kind of threw people off because there was one announced for Forza Horizons 5. Currently Forza Horizon sits at 3. So why they have one for 5, I don't know.
Typo.
Possibly. We'll see.
Why would the Naked Gun movies go from 2 to 33 1/3?
Well, they went from 2.5
True.
2.5, that's right.
to 33 1/3.
So, there's
still
a couple in there missing.
Yeah, that series still had one of the funniest renditions of the Star Spangled Banner ever.
Forza Horizons isn't known for,
It's slapstick comedy.
isn't known for doing things like that. So we'll
Or
see.
Leonard Part 6.
Right?
I literally said, "Where are the other 5?" When
I know.
first started
That was so weird.
They were classified.
So speaking of E3 stuff, Sony announced that their showcase will take place Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific. That is 8 o'clock for us. That's on June 11th. And they have a major focus on 4 upcoming games.
Okay.
According to Sean Layden, CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment America and chairman of Sony Interactive Entertainment Worldwide, Layden discussed Sony's plans for E3 during a PlayStation blogcast, hinting that this year's media event will be different from ones in years past. In fact, it's not clear yet if Sony is holding a traditional live on-stage press conference as it has done before. He said, "We're taking kind of a different angle on how we're bringing it out. The last 2 or 3 years, to the careful observer, you'll see that we continue to try to refresh and remake and reignite what we do at what used to be called a press conference for E3. We want to make sure that it's fresh and reflects the kind of stories we're telling and the new entertainment we have to give to our fans, not just at the event, but worldwide with streaming." He said that Sony's pre-E3 showing will feature exclusive looks and deep dives on 4 big titles from worldwide studios. Death Stranding is one of those. We'll get more from whatever Kojima is doing. The Spider-Man game that Insomniac is working on. The Last of Us Part 2. And Sucker Punch's new game, Ghost of Tsushima. I think I'm saying that right. I usually never am.
SUSH.
TSUSHIMA.
Tsushima.
Yeah.
Tsushima.
The showcase will also highlight games from PlayStation's third-party publishing partners.
I saw a video for that, and I was really interested in it.
I think it was
that
like
now.
feudal Japan.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Because we all thought it was going to be, what's the stealth? Tenchu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We thought it was going to be Tenchu.
It's like Dark Souls feudal Japan or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, there's that. Third-party publishers, independent studios. He confirmed there will be no hardware announcements during the show, so don't expect the Vita 2 or the PlayStation 5 or anything like that. It'll be broadcast on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and on the PlayStation site. It's unclear if Sony will hold a theater press conference for press and fans to attend. So, yeah. That's what we know about Sony's E3 plans.
I'm interested in seeing what, I think you mentioned earlier, Matt, about Capcom announcing some
Resident Evil 2
some
remake.
things like that. I think I read somewhere about Sega was thinking about some older IPs they were going to be
Because
releasing.
Capcom said that too,
Yeah.
that they're looking into their old sort of like dormant IPs.
Yeah.
And like, because they did Mega Man 11.
Yeah, I'm thinking
And
Capcom. If we've been us and the fighting game fans, the FGC fighting game fans, things like that. We've
Dark
been looking
Souls?
for some, Darkstalkers.
I mean, yeah, Darkstalkers.
Do something with Darkstalkers. It's been a long time since you've done something with it.
Or
Maybe you
Pocket
brought that
Fighter.
back? No. Puzzle Fighter, things like that. Yeah, maybe something like that. But yeah,
like
we look,
a newer puzzle fighter,
maybe somebody probably put that on like Switch or something like that.
or just
something like
like a different game mechanics
Yeah.
or something. I don't know, just something.
Darkstalkers, things like that. In my case, with Sega, I'm
Dino
thinking-
Crisis.
I don't know about that one. They pretty
Honestly,
much got
with-
a lot with Resident Evil right now.
Honestly, with Capcom, look at what just happened with them. They had the biggest success of any game that they've ever done with Monster Hunter World.
Yes, and they needed it at the time. I think we mentioned that last time.
Exactly.
They needed that. They really
They had
needed
that's
that.
the biggest success that they've ever had, almost with any game that I can think of. I mean,
Resident Evil 7 did pretty well. I mean, I think it sort of got them.
Not compared to Monster Hunter, though.
No,
Yeah,
but
Monster
I
Hunter got
mean,
huge.
but as far as like getting people like
No, it wasn't a failure by any
Yeah.
means. I'm just saying that Capcom's most successful and
Yeah.
probably their most
lucrative.
surprise successful
Yeah.
game was Monster Hunter World specifically. I think the Monster Hunters have done well whenever they've done, but
Not like that.
this was Black Panther levels of of success, of like, whoa, we didn't see that coming, you know? Not that they ever expected it to fail.
Yeah, we knew it was
They
like a
just-
popular series. Just didn't expect it
Yeah,
to get
they
like
just
that.
did not expect
that
it to be
big.
as good. So my point that I was getting at was that I don't know what they've got planned, if anything at all, but I imagine they looked at what Monster Hunter World does and they said, let's see if we can't capture that lightning in a bottle twice, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we can't do that again
Yeah.
with something else. I'm not saying that it's going to be Monster Hunter related. More than likely, maybe. Probably some expansion or something like that they're going to release. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know what fighting game I would love for them to redo?
What's that?
Rival Schools.
That's been talked about too, as well. That's another dormant title. That has
They
been
might be
talked
done with
about a while.
They may be done with fighting games for a while, because I know Marvel vs. Capcom 3
Marvel vs.
Ultimate.
Capcom Infinite.
Yeah, that did not
that
do
was-
well for them.
No, it didn't do well because a lot of people want the X-Men characters in there, and
They don't have the
couldn't get
rights?
They can the rights. They don't have the rights to the license, so the roster wasn't as robust as it could have been.
With Street Fighter 5, and Street Fighter 5's had its share of ups and downs, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
especially with the where the pricing was done with the DLC in there.
How much of that was, their own doing? Like shooting themselves in the foot.
Well,
you know?
the DLC thing with Street Fighter 5, I always thought it was a popular enough title they could get away with it like that. But I think they could do it that way with Marvel Capcom Infinite.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said though, the roster just wasn't good enough. A
I
lot of people want those X-Men characters, but they couldn't get the rights to it.
More, I would love a Rival Schools, like
Yeah.
a new,
I
or even
would
like
too.
a Power Stone.
Power Stone was a good one too. I think.
I
Yeah,
remember
that was on
Power
the,
Stone.
yeah,
Yeah.
on Dreamcast. Yeah, that still works on my Dreamcast too. Yeah. That was another dormant title they got. I mean, that's their it's
So
their
ma-
bread and butter. So yeah,
So many
have at it.
companies are sitting on dormant IPs, and it's just
Sega.
Microsoft.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of them.
yeah. It's irritating sometimes to see what they see them have those things and not doing anything with it. For me, Sega, I'm still a lot of folks as well feel the same way I do. Where's VF6? Where's Virtua Fighter 6?
Mm-hmm.
You got Tekken 7, Street Fighter 5. You got all these things, and we've been Virtua Fighter's been stuck on 5 for years now.
Yeah.
You saw how excited people get because it's in Yakuza 6.
Yeah.
There's a
Just to be
version
able
of,
to
there's a
play.
version of Virtua Fighter 5 on the PS4, but you play Yakuza 6 to get it.
Yeah.
And we're excited about that. So we're like, where's VF6? So Sega making this announcement that we're thinking about some other IPs to bring out. We're like, hey, maybe it's VF6 this time.
Yakuza is made by Sega.
Publish it, yeah.
Okay.
Sega.
But the developer's somebody else, right?
Let me
I
check.
forget.
Yeah, you'd have to
Always,
check.
always associate them with Sega,
Yeah,
so
because
yeah,
the
Sega.
arcade always
It
has.
feels like it's Sega.
Yeah, I think it is.
I think it's Sega that does development and publishing on it.
All right.
But I could be wrong. We're going to get this phone call from Chris here in just a second. Wanted to go over and why I have this every week. I have no idea, and not the U.S. chart, but I've got the UK chart.
Sega developed it, yeah.
Yeah,
They developed Yakuza 6 anyway. They published it, they developed it with Ryuga Gotoku Studio.
the UK chart for the best-selling games of the week. At number 10, Mario Odyssey.
Okay.
At number 9, Battlefront 2. At number 8, PUBG. I think these are all consoles. I don't think these are PC titles. Number 7, Fallout 4. That's still going strong.
Wow.
At number 7, wow.
Number
Number
the mods in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably what's doing it.
At number 6, Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, no doubt boosted by Infinity War's release. Number 5, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Number 4, FIFA 18. Number 3, Far Cry 5. Number 2, and recently released, I think it was this week it came out, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze for the Switch. So 1,
Skyrim.
2, and 3 Switch games on this top 10.
Number 1, Skyrim.
Nope, number 1 is God of War.
Yeah, of course.
Should have known that. Yeah. So those are your that's your top 10 for the week. So yeah, let's talk to Chris real quick. Hey, Chris.
What's going on?
Not much, man. Just mourning
Same
the
old
loss.
stuff, huh?
Huh?
Same old stuff, huh?
Same old stuff. Mourning the loss of my MacBook here.
Just the power. not
Just the
book.
power. I'm gonna take this home and probably jump over to Best Buy across the street there and
They're having a flash one-day sale today.
for.
I don't know. I just got the
Oh.
notification on my phone
Best
saying Best Buy's having a one-day sale today, flash sale.
That would be nice if it was on
Power supplies.
MacBook charger cords and stuff. But
Well, worth checking
Apple
out.
never puts that crap on sale. And when you got to buy their name brand, because I have had off products before.
And they fail bad.
Oh boy, do they ever!
A lot of things like that. I remember buying wired controllers for my PS3, and they were like $9, and they worked fine for about 2 weeks. And then a patch came out for the PlayStation. You know where this is going, don't you, Scott?
Yeah. The
A
worst-
patch came out, and they just suddenly stopped working.
The
Yeah.
worst was the off-brand memory cards for the PlayStation 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
And GameCube, I've had a bad experience with the ones from Pelican on GameCube.
Yep.
Yep.
Let me save all my important games. Oh, it's gone.
Yep.
And especially talking about the Sega titles, I was into the Phantasy Star Online 1 and 2. And, it erased all my data, hours and hours on end on that one.
Yeah. Speaking of Sega, they got the. I know that the PS4, Xbox One versions of the Sega Genesis collection. I think Phantasy Star 2, 3, and 4 is going to be on that one.
Huh.
I think it is. I'm not too sure. I think it was 3 Phantasy Star titles are going to be on that disc. 50 Genesis games.
Well, shoot,
On that one disc.
they ought to bring all 4 of them out. The first one was on the Sega Master System. I mean, they ought to package all 4 in there and something like that.
Yeah, I think they're just sticking with the Genesis titles. I mean, yeah, it's just sticking with the Genesis titles right now. So yeah.
Yeah, that would be 2, 3, and
Yeah.
4, which those were good. Anybody that had never played those.
Well, Chris, what have you been playing?
A little bit of this and that. I beat Seasons of the Fall, beat Far Cry 5, went through Inside, and I got Seasons of the Fall and Shyness, the Lightning Kingdom, and a little combo on sale price deal on PlayStation. So I've been going through the Shyness right now.
I meant to tell everybody who's on PC. Stories, The Path of Destinies is, or whatever it is. I don't remember what's plural and what's not in that game. That is free on Steam right now, and yeah,
I think I already have it. Though.
Free.
I have it on PS4. I may have it on PC as well, but it's absolutely free on Steam right now, and it's a fantastic game.
Yeah.
It is absolutely worth the money, especially if it's free.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's a full sized RPG, isn't it?
No, it's got 24 endings.
Well, it looks like you've been going playing back and forth to get them.
Yeah. Well, because when you finish a level, you have to decide to go left or right. You have to pick a thing,
Okay.
and that sets you on a different path. And when you finish that level, you have to go left or right again, and that sets you on a different path. And so
Okay.
you eventually play through this thing and get to a different ending each time.
Right.
And then once you finish it, you have the ability to go back and play again and pick your different choices
Okay.
and
All right.
and find out all the other endings. So.
Already have it.
Okay, yeah. Those are, by the way, Seasons of the Fall. I played on PS4. I have not finished it, but I have played it. And Inside, I have totally finished. That is a weird game.
Yeah, especially at the very end.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
Yeah, no, I was thinking, the abbreviation is WTF.
Yes,
Right?
that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, because that is just one weird ending for.
For something that you're going through, and then all of a sudden that happens.
The alternate ending is ridiculous, and I'm glad I never sought out to discover it.
I might have to research on that one. I might play that some more just to figure out what that was.
Yeah, if you want, you can go to YouTube and find the different endings. I think there's actually 3 different endings, but the one that you would normally get if you played through just regularly is the main ending.
Yeah.
The 2 alternate endings really don't leave a lot to be desired. They kind of just end. It's kind of like in Far Cry 4, and I think in 5 as well, where if you just don't do anything, the the game ends and you get credits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the couple endings on Far Cry that when you went all the way through the end.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, Chris, we got to go to break. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, man. Thanks for calling in.
All right, y'all have a fun day.
All right, take
care
care, man.
now.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, we are going to come back and have more in-game chat after this. We will go over the licensing thing that's going on that we'll talk about. Again, I don't mean to be...
I played Detroit.
You played another game that you didn't tell us at the beginning.
The demo, but I mentioned that in the chat way back when I played it.
I know.
I forgot.
I do want to talk about that. So, all
I
right.
just have a terrible memory.
Now, this next song is this next track that we're going to play is a recent release, but it still ties in to the overall theme of everything. So it might throw you off. This is music, obviously, from Destiny 2's expansion, Warmind. And it's called Zol, or Zool.
Sol.
Zool?
Zol. Yeah, they say it so much, I feel like they're saying Zool.
No Dana?
Right,
Zool?
exactly.
XOL.
XOL, the
how you
Worm
wanna say
God,
that.
is what this one's called.
Zol.
So see if you can figure out the common thread. Don't think too hard on it. So we'll be back with more in-game chat after this. Welcome back to In-Game Chat. I'm Scott, along with Matt and RJ. And this track from an old PlayStation game. Vigilante 8.
All right.
Second Offense. The name of this one's called Chassis Chase.
This makes me want to listen to, wish we had music from Interstate 76.
I almost grabbed that one.
That was a good one.
It would have fit into this theme as well.
Really?
Yep, sure would have.
Okay, now I'm really confused.
I can't see what anybody's guessing in the chat. Well,
They're not.
they're not guessing.
Oh, no, I haven't seen the guesses.
Anyway, that's
waka chicka, waka
yeah,
chicka,
got a little waka chickas.
Man.
This was one of the games that I first discovered that once you get the game started, you can take it out of the tray and then put in your own CD
And then
and listen to
your own
music while you're playing. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, welcome back to the show. The Steam Summer Sale starts on June 21st. Just to let you know.
I'll check my wish list to see if anything shows up as reduced.
Yeah. Basically, that's all I do, and then it depends on how reduced it is.
Yeah.
So here's the thing with the licensing thing, and then we'll get into the Detroit demo stuff that you had played. This comes from a game that I play a lot on my iPad, and I started buying the games on PC as well. They're only sold in packs, and it is the Pinball Arcade is the name of the game. We've actually had Farsight Studios, who does the development on them. We've actually had them on the show. They're losing a big license. Williams and Bally are not renewing their license.
Now, Pinball Arcade, they're the ones that recreate classic
They take
pinball
they
machines.
take
Real
real world
world.
Tables,
As
and
opposed to, what's the other one? Zen?
Zen.
And they make their own.
Zen makes up their own.
Okay.
Pinball Arcade takes real world tables and puts them in digital form.
Yeah,
Wow, that's sad.
That's a
Bad.
lot of tables.
bad.
So if you own it, will you be able to keep your stuff?
Yes.
Or, okay.
Yeah. Fickle licensing agreements are the bane of games. We've seen whole games pulled from sale like Alan Wake, or chunks lost or needing to be replaced. But the damage on the horizon for the Pinball Arcade is almost unparalleled. Due to the current rights holders for Williams and Bally pinball tables being unwilling to renew their license, the vast majority of the game's DLC tables will be removed from sale at the end of June. You have until June 30th to pick up these tables. While other pinball games do well enough with physically improbable, if entertaining, tables created entirely for a digital space, Pinball Arcade has always billed itself as more of a simulation for pinball aficionados. I love them because they do that. Nobody else has been doing that. Nobody else was taking real world tables that, or practically for a game that's largely phased out. The arcade is pretty much gone as it is.
Oh, yeah.
the U.S. Yeah,
But pinball tables,
So
they were gone before the arcade left.
I mean, I'm wondering, do Bally and Midway, are they making gobs
are
of money on pinball tables elsewhere?
Are they gonna do
that they could
something
just
on
be
their
so
own?
fickle on their own?
They may do something on their own, or they may have found somebody else to do the licensing with, or I really don't know. I don't know what they haven't revealed. Yeah, its collections of the Pinball Arcade collection of tables are officially licensed, highly authentic recreations of classic table designs, with Williams and Bally's tables making up the majority. Over 60 of them are in the list.
I wonder, so if you were to buy all of them just before then, I wonder how much that would cost you.
I see. Here's the other part of this as we go into it. Players now have until June 30th to buy these virtual tables before they're pulled from sale. Existing owners will not find their pinball tables disappearing, but Pinball Arcade's extensive list of $30 to $40 table packs is soon to be gutted, leaving mostly Stern, Gottlieb, Data East, and Sega designs. The studio is not at risk. They say that there are no layoffs planned. An 8th season of tables, mostly focused on Stern, is on the horizon. And once this purge is complete, the surviving tables will be repackaged primarily on a per-manufacturer basis. Not only that, just to add one final nail to the coffin, the Williams rights holders have forbidden Farsight from discounting the to-be-removed packs between now and when they're pulled from storefronts.
What a bunch of jerks.
Meaning that anyone wanting to pick them up will have to do so at full price. It's a little expensive.
Does it say how much?
They're $30 to $40.
Oh, per...
Not per table.
no, but per
pack.
season?
Yeah, they released in seasons.
Yeah.
And the seasons were a mix of all different kinds of tables, but it was about $30 or $40. And
So-
that's quite expensive, but it was expensive for them to make, because in order for them to make a table, they had to buy the table.
yeah.
And the tables would cost anywhere from $5,000 to $6,000 for them to buy it. They had to buy their own table and then break it down to build out how they wanted to do this whole thing. So, it really sucks.
How many came in? How many came in a season?
I think around 8,
8 tables for $30 to $40.
something around there. Yeah, I don't remember.
Well,
I think it varied.
it's like we said. I think they've got to be doing something on their own.
Do what? Say again?
They've got to be doing something on their own. I'm thinking Bally's and Williams.
I don't know. Yeah.
If they're seeing how much this company's making off of their if they're making this much off the titles they're making, I'm thinking they got to do something on their own.
I don't get it either. I don't know why they want it pulled. This is making them money. This is getting them exposure, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
I should have put that call on air.
So,
It was someone called in for a public opinion poll.
oh, one of those things.
That would have been funny.
So yeah, they're losing a lot, and I've got to remind myself to look this stuff up too, because I want to see what I've got and what I don't have. I have a bunch of tables on my iPad.
Right.
That was mainly where I bought them.
Do they transfer over?
Nope.
So you might want to, if possible, get the ones that that you don't have, and that way like if there's some that you're missing.
What do you mean transfer over? I'm sorry.
Well, like if you buy them on the iPad, will they also be on your account for the PC?
Right. No, they don't.
So.
I hated that too. Whenever they announced that, I was really upset with them. But that's probably under a license agreement. Now that I look at it, now that I'm reading what the situation is here, that was probably some kind of agreement where it's like you can't sell. If Williams and Bally are saying you can't put a discount on these tables, even though we're pulling them, there was probably something in their contract saying you also can't spread the purchases out over different platforms. Yeah. It's one for one. Mm-hmm. People kickstarted some of these games. They had a Kickstarter for the Terminator game, Star Trek The Next Generation, Addams Family, all those tables. And I think they're losing them. They're losing all of those.
Man.
And these were Kickstarters. People put in money, invested in money to get these things.
That's just not a good way to get, as a company, to get good, garner goodwill.
It's not.
I don't think.
It'll be interesting if they, some way down the line, renew the license, where they come back a year later, or if whatever they're going to do fails,
or if they, like I said, if they come
last
with
minute,
or if they do their own thing, they come with something on their own. Come up with something on their own. People are going to remember what they did.
Hopefully,
and they say, "No, we're good."
Yeah, that's just not. That's not how you. I don't think how you should treat customers. But what do I know? I don't have any money invested in it.
I don't have any money invested in it, but I do. I fell off the wagon. I really did. I used to be really into that stuff, and then I stopped for a while. Mm-hmm. I just stopped playing it after a while because obviously there was nothing like the real thing, but their prices were really high for seasons. Yeah. You could buy tables individually or like in a double pack, and even a double pack was like $6. You got 2 tables. Or you could buy a full season for like $30 or $40, and this was also on the iPad. The price was the same.
I know it's like that on PlayStation. I got like Zen Pinball. We were talking about pinball, and I got it on there, and I'm like looking at all these available tables, but it's like individual, maybe a little pack like that. But I think I end up buying like 1, maybe 2 tables off that thing in total. But that's a lot of tables you got to pick up.
Yeah,
it is, and I don't know how many seasons I've got or what. I'm going to have to take a look at Steam tonight when I go home and take a look at that, and also take a look at it on my iPad to see where I'm at.
Don't you have the Infinity Gauntlet table?
I do, yeah. That's on Zen.
I remember watching you play.
One of the first things I streamed, was the Infinity Gauntlet table.
Now that the movie's out, I kind of want to watch you play that again.
That was a long time ago.
I know.
It was very strict to the comic book it was based off of, by the way.
Yeah. AC Wraith mentioned something about this. He says he's got a list of all the ones that are available by season, and he says I was curious if they're teaming back up with Zakaria.
Don't know.
Don't know what that is?
It's familiar to me, but I'm not placing it. Oh wow! Look at all that. Sorry.
What? All of what?
All these tables.
Is that the list? Is that the list that AC Wraith put in there for us?
Yeah, the Pinball Arcade purchase is unavailable after June 30th. There's 61 tables right now.
Jeez.
Goodness.
Theater of Magic, Circus Voltaire, Funhouse, which was the very first pinball game I played that hooked me on pinball itself.
Do you have that one?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I totally got that one when it was available.
Yeah.
Gorgar's in there. Black Knight and Black Knight 2000, I think, are in there.
Wait, Black Knight, is that the Martin Lawrence movie?
No, Matt.
You sure?
I'm positive. No, Black Knight and Black Knight 2000 have... they don't sit in the Hall of Fame or anything, but they are noted for they're historic for some reason, and I can't remember what it is. I know that Black Knight 2000 was the first multi-level pinball table.
Ooh.
So it had one floor that you could play on, and it had an upper field that you could play on as well. Creature from the Black Lagoon, that had 3D effects on the table, which was very interesting. Let's see. Taxi. Man, Taxi.
Like the TV show Taxi?
No, not the TV show.
Oh. I'm just drawing a blank for the... I mean,
No, man. The reason Taxi sits in my head is because when I worked at the theater at East Elm Mall,
Yeah.
we had pinball machines in the lobby.
I remember.
Because me and some other guy were really big into pinball, so we made sure that the people who were doing this were like, bring us tables, put a table in here. And Taxi was one of the tables that we used to play all the time. They put an Indiana Jones table in there, but I think that's Stern. I don't think that's William. I don't think that's what that is. And then they also put in The Getaway, which was High Speed 2, I think. High Speed 2, The Getaway. It
That's on the
played,
list. Yeah.
and it played nothing but. Oh God, what was the theme? It was LaGrange by ZZ Top.
Nice. I was going to say Peter Gunn, but that would have been...
No, there's Terminator 2 Judgment Day. There's Pinbot. Oh, man, I bet Bride of Pinbot is in there, too. Yeah, since Jackbot's in there, so... Oh, look at all these, man. Earthshaker, The Addams Family. There's The Getaway, High Speed 2.
Yep.
Judge Dredd. Did they ever do Johnny Mnemonic?
I hope so.
That was a game I played over at AUM because they had that in one of the places over there, and I would go and play it. So that's a lot of tables. I got to see what I've got and what I don't have. But yeah.
Wow.
So yeah. Anyway,
For some reason, when you mentioned the Terminator 2, that reminded me of the Aerosmith light gun game.
it had the Terminator 2 had a gun for a trigger
Yeah.
to launch the ball with.
But I don't know why my brain went there, but I remember that, the music is the weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Revolution X or whatever.
Yeah.
it was.
Revolution X, yeah. Bullets were there, but your bombs was flaming No, your bombs were CDs, but you got a perk to make them flaming CDs or something
Yeah.
like that.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Winners don't use drugs on an Aerosmith game.
I know.
Yeah. What's that dude?
Steve Perry?
William F. Sessions, director of the FBI.
Steve
Oh.
Perry?
No, Steve Perry. And the
Steven
guitar-
Tyler? Or no.
No, Joe Perry.
Joe Perry,
Yeah,
yeah.
the guitarist. Anyways, yeah. So,
Steve Perry
Steve
was
Perry, no, he was Journey.
Journey, yeah.
Also, don't use drugs.
Winners don't use. I think Journey had a game. Journey had
They
a
did.
video game.
They did. I remember.
They
playing it.
did, yes.
Yeah.
Journey had a video game.
Yeah.
It's like you. I think there was a scene where you had to protect. They were on stage, and you had this robot protecting them from the fans trying to get up on stage.
Yeah.
And put there. Yeah.
It was horrible. But
Yeah,
Journey
of
had a
course
video
it was.
game. Pinball tables. There's been a Metallica table, an
Really?
AC/DC table. There is a Kiss table.
Of course. There's a kiss everything.
There's a table for Elton John's album Captain Fantastic. There's a table for the Who's Tommy.
That's
The Who.
kind of meta.
Yeah, right. And there's blinders that come up over the flippers.
The flippers?
So when the
So you
ball
can't
gets in that
see?
area, you can't see it while you're playing. Yeah,
Of course.
yeah. So there's been some music-based tables, but
I wouldn't mind the Metallica one.
yeah. Real
So-
quickly, tell us about Detroit.
So yeah, you told me to download Detroit. I did it, and I played through it. My very first time, the Android died.
Aw.
So I protected the girl, but like
Wait, your Android died or the other guy?
mine,
How did he die?
he got shot to death.
Really?
Oh,
what
yeah.
did you do?
Something wrong, I guess, but I rushed the other Android, knocked him off the edge, and as he was falling, I turned my back around. And he just plugged me full of bullets, and I just
I'm trying to remember the names. I know the
I
the
never-
hostage taker was named Daniel.
Yeah,
I never got
What was
that
your-
one.
Yeah, I never got that one.
That was
either.
my very
The
first one.
What was the protagonist? Jordan?
Emily. I don't know.
The
Your
I don't think his
android?
name.
Your
Yeah,
character?
the character you're controlling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, he got shot to death.
I know,
He-
okay,
he
that
just-
was one of the. Okay, so you were getting endings that none of us got. I played like multiple times.
Yeah.
It was like 3 endings.
I
got.
never got the,
The other
ending
one,
where I died other than falling off the
yeah.
building.
The other one I got, Daniel and Emily, I think her name is, the girl. They
Daniel
both,
and the girl both.
yeah,
fell
they
off the
both
edge.
fell off the
Okay.
edge.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I went to go grab them, and I was too too
See, the
slow.
girl never died in any of my playthroughs
Oh
either.
yeah,
Never
they
mind,
fell.
Wow.
And,
Matt,
I'm trying to remember.
I can't tell if you're horrible or amazing. 'cause
No,
you
just
found
trying
it-
to. I was just trying different things.
Well, I know.
Yeah, yeah.
We did
That
that,
was the
too,
thing,
but we
yeah.
never got to those endings.
Oh, like
The other
how'd
one,
you-
I shot Daniel just
Okay,
to plug
shot
them.
him, yeah. I've gotten that one too. Did you like approach him gently or sternly?
The first time is gently. Gently, then I talked, I checked on the, I told him about the gun, that I had a gun, I threw it away.
Okay.
I went over to the cop and I helped the cop out.
Right.
And I kept on going, and I forget. I didn't accuse him.
Sending the copper.
I sent the chopper away.
Okay.
Yeah, but he started getting upset, and I made my move and saved the girl, but got shot to death. So
Wait, saved the girl but got shot?
yeah, my character. Yeah,
Okay.
Who
'Cause-
Shot you?
Daniel did.
Daniel shot him.
Oh,
As he was
I see
falling
what
back,
you're saying.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So
Okay.
I went, because he was about ready, he was falling, and then I pushed her out of the way and sort of used my body as a android
As a
shield.
shield, yeah.
And he just do.
Wow.
I can't-
Did you ever get the endings that RJ and I got?
I don't know which endings you guys
We got the ones
Yeah.
where we fell off the building
Nope.
with the
We fell off with Daniel.
Nope,
There's
didn't
one
get
where
that.
we
but Emily, or it was Emily.
Whatever
Her
her name
name
is.
is.
name.
Anyway,
Emily.
they were the little girl was saved.
Yeah.
And
And there's
then
I shot Daniel. I took one where I
Yeah.
shot Daniel.
Well, I never got that one. I also got the one where the sniper shot Daniel.
That's the other one
The
I got.
sniper shot him?
The sniper. If you, I think that's the best
you don't-
ending.
oh, really?
If the people who take Daniel out is the sniper, because I was telling Scott last week
Is
there
there-
was no scenario I could see where Daniel lived in any of them. Because
I wonder if there is.
No, I doubt it. I don't think it is.
I mean, we haven't seen all the endings, I don't think.
it's probably put online by now, but I don't think there is one.
Yeah, you could go online and see all the endings.
Yeah, but I don't think there is one, because as soon as I saw the fact that the father was dead, and then
Yeah,
one of the
and the
police,
cops
policemen were dead, and he was shooting cops as well, I didn't see any.
Now this is a demo that we're playing. Now in the final game, there may
There
be a
might
way
be
that
some
that
differences.
it does something different, but I have no
But
idea.
you said it's this close to a release date, they're probably not going to change anything like that. But like
Well,
I said,
this
who
demo's
knows?
been around since December
Yeah.
because this is the thing that I saw
That you
them
played?
play at one of their game, at least the PS experience, PlayStation experience in December.
right.
Yeah.
I want to say it's been around since then. And again, it is a demo. There may be some differences, but I really don't know. Regardless, we got to run. Thanks everybody for joining us in the chat room and everybody listening on the stream. We appreciate everybody tuning in and who grabs us each week from iTunes or however you get our show. We appreciate it. Head on over to ingamechat.net and you can join us on Twitter, Facebook, the forums at Colony of Gamers. Also, you can subscribe to our channel on YouTube. You can subscribe to our channel on Twitch as well. We appreciate it. Follow us. If you're on Steam, we've got a Steam group. Join up over there. We're on Discord. We're playing Destiny again on PC and PS4.
Some of us.
We've also got...
None of us.
yeah. We've also got... What else we have? I already mentioned Discord. We got the Xbox group, the PS4 group. Plenty of stuff going on. So, this song is from the main menu music from Deadpool.
Okay, so
So what's the theme, right?
things that Ryan no.
Okay, let's see. Transformers Destruction, X-Men Origins, Prototype 2, Spider-Man, Destiny 2, Vigilante 8, Deadpool. I got nothing.
Yeah.
This is really horrible, and you're going to throw things at me.
No, not on there.
They were all developed by Activision. Or published by Activision. Bye!
You're not.
Yeah, Interstate 76 would work for that.